So I ran across this verse in Mark 14, 51 and 52, and it spoke out to me. One moment. It says, "Now a certain young man followed him, having a linen cloth thrown around his naked body. And the young men laid hold of him, and he left the linen cloth and fled from them naked." And I've been thinking about this verse for about a couple of days, and I've been like, Lord, explain this verse and why it spoke out to me so heavily. Okay, so I'm going to give you some background context. This is when it was about that time for them to go through the process to crucify Jesus, and everyone fled. So let's get down. It said that the young man followed him, Jesus. He was following Jesus, okay? And he was wearing a linen cloth that was thrown over his naked body. See, the thing is that when you follow Jesus, you are covered. Now, underneath your covering of Jesus, it may be a naked body. You can be exposed easily once you decide not to follow him anymore. Then the verse goes on to say, "And the young men laid hold of him," okay? "And he left the linen cloth and fled from them naked." See, a lot of times when the enemy starts to lay hold of us and we start to go through so many things, we tend to stop following Jesus. And guess what? That cloth that was covering you is gone. Now all that's left is your exposed naked body to the enemy, to where he can do whatever now. A lot of times when things starts to get hard in our lives, we decide to leave the Lord. We decide to give up because we don't know why it's getting so hard, and we supposed to be with Jesus. We supposed to have our covering, right? But see, that's exactly what the enemy wants you to think, so that you can stop following Jesus and you can turn your back on him. Doing this makes it easier for the enemy to get you in his snares and traps. It has you more exposed and more naked to the enemy to grab hold of you. So regardless of what you're going through, regardless of how hard you think it's going, your life is, don't ever turn your back on the Lord. Just because you feel like he may not be there, don't ever turn your back on the Lord, because we're quicker to turn our back on the God than he is to turn his back upon us.